how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yay! Hello, hello, hello. This is the Church of RNK, and I'm Rosemary, Nonny, and today we're talking about today being as good a day as any for you to make a start. I kind of got talking to someone today all about the fact that they've had this particular problem for ages, okay? It was a clothing related issue, and so they have to go to specialist shops in order to actually get their clothing. And one of the things that they've been dreaming about for ages was actually creating a source where other people could actually get the support for this same thing, because the truth of the matter is this: whatever is most private is most general, okay? So if you are suffering from some kind of problem or some kind of issue, the chances are that there's quite a lot of people out there who are suffering from the exact same thing. So if you found a solution to this particular problem, you could put that solution out there and actually start to create an income from it. And if you're particularly passionate about this thing, so not just something that, okay, yeah, I got a solution and that's kind of it, I'm done with that right now. No, if you're particularly passionate about it, so maybe you are actually a bit irritated that you've had to search high and low in order to find this particular solution, whatever it is for you. If you can then package that thing up and go and actually hand it over to somebody else, or show people how they can solve it, honey, you have a business right there. You have a business right there. So why not today? Why not today? What are you waiting for? Huh? Why not today? Now, because it's like, I have a lot of people that come to me and they're kind of thinking about what can they do, what kind of businesses, because you know what, okay, I just think as human beings, we're created for freedom. We're created to be free. We don't want to be somebody else telling us what to do or when to do it. And we definitely don't want to be doing work that we don't feel particularly in love with, okay? So yeah, you know what? Yeah, not everybody's cut out for business, okay? That's fine. Not everybody's cut out for business. However, we're all cut out to do work that we love, right? We're all cut out for that, okay? So there is no, let me just actually start sharing this around the place. So that one, there is no debate around that, okay? So yeah. And then there's lots of people who have had all of these, ideas for such a long time of things that they want to put out there, but then it's like, why don't you make a start? So I thought today, right now, what I would do before going off to, sort out my children and give them some food and all of that stuff that, as a mother, I gotta do. I would come and talk very quickly through what could you do in order to start putting something out there, because this is the key. This is the thing you need to realize. I do think that these days, this day and time, you know how the cycles, cultures, and what's the word? Everything kind of goes in cycles. Okay, so there was a time that getting into business, doing your own thing, was pretty dang difficult to get into. You had to have a shop front, you had to have a heck of a lot of capital, you had to have all of that kind of stuff to get started. And so it kind of put people off, because that was, and then, I mean, even to this day, there are people who still think that you need to have all of this stuff in order to make a start. And so they keep holding on. Can you say hello? Say hello. Guys, this is the Church of RNK. Amens, yeses, tell me what you're thinking. Put it in the comments below. I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me where you're streaming in from. That'd be great. Okay. So, there was a high level of, what's the word? You couldn't just jump into business. Okay. And before that, I imagine that you could. Okay. And I might just be making this up. I am not a history buff or anything like that. But I have a feeling that actually you could. You just kind of bartered stuff. You just, okay, well, I'm good at this. And I think that's where everybody's surname came from, at least if you're in the UK. I don't know how it worked in other countries or whatever. But it was like, if you were called Smith, because you were a blacksmith or something, so there was a particular skill you were good at, and so you offered it as a service to people, and that's it. And maybe you inherited it from your parents, but the first person that did it probably just did it because they were good at it. And then they kind of, okay, well, I can do this, you can do that, let's swap, basically. And then money came along, I can do this, give me some money, I'll do it for you, ultimately. And that was kind of it. And then it kind of got complicated, because now you suddenly have to have a shop, and you have to have this and that and the other, and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. And now we kind of come around full circle to where, honeys, wherever you are on the planet, you have the ability to get going in like 3 seconds flat, except you're afraid. Okay, you may call it all kinds of different things, like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I have so many responsibilities, this and that and the other. And that might be all the good reasons, and they all are good reasons. But are the good reasons going to make you happy when you carry on this time next year and you're thinking, why didn't I just start that thing last year? Will it make you happy? I don't think so. Even in 5 years' time, maybe not next year, maybe 5 years' time. It's like, why are you putting your life on hold? Why put your life on hold when you could actually make a start? And let me talk about some practical things that you can do to get going. And I'm just kind of talking this off the top of my head right here, basically. So, and actually, before I even carry on with that, if you are in the UK, you need to join me for the business boot camps, okay? I will be going into a heck of a lot more depth about getting you off the ground if you're just getting started, or taking you to the next level. I'll be showing you some absolute strategies that you can use immediately to actually get yourself off the ground. So if you're in Leeds, Manchester, or can get to Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, London, Bristol, Nottingham, and Edinburgh. Yes, is there anywhere else that I've mentioned? Any of those places, 8 places, okay, over the next few weeks that you can come live, and I will help you get your stuff off the ground. We can meet up. It'd be really cool to meet you in person, is the truth of the matter as well. I can get your stuff off the ground. So you listen to what I'm saying right here. But then come. If you're in the UK, particularly come. If you're not in the UK, join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. I will put the link into the live boot camps in the comments later on. But I kind of wanted to just talk through this because this is what I started to say to this person today. When they started talking about the fact that they have this idea and they're not quite sure how, well, they weren't really, I don't know, some people are ready to actually get going. Other people are just kind of thinking that they would like to at some point when the time is right, except the time is never right. You decide when the time is going to be right. You decide that, okay, I'm going to make a start or I'm not going to make a start. And there are always reasons, and there will always be reasons why you cannot do it. The question is, are you going to let those reasons be the reason that you don't get to live the life you desire, or are you going to find a way? And I feel as if I'm really shouting, so I'm going to reduce my voice a little bit. Or are you going to find a way to make things happen anyway, okay? Because it's really on you. It really is on you. We all get equal opportunity, guys, and I don't care where you are on the planet. And you can buy into the story that, oh, because I was born in this country or born in the other country, I can't do it. Well, you can buy into that if you want to, if it makes you feel a little bit better, but it doesn't get you what you want, so why would you buy into that story? Listen, okay, so today is a great day to start. Let that be your affirmation for today. Today is as great a day as any for me to begin doing the things that I feel called to do, that I really want to provide the solutions that I feel I have solutions to, okay? Because there are other people who will be suffering or needing the same solution that you found. So why hold it back? Why hold it back? It's like yesterday I was rejoicing with a friend who is starting out his ministry, and I'm thinking, yes! And I was thinking, because this guy is gifted, and I'm sure it took him a little while to get to the place where he was confident enough to jump it off the ground, but the guy is pretty damn good. My children have definitely benefited from his input into their life. And it's like, for ages I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy just needs to step fully, and his wife step fully into the ministry, because this is something they're called to. And I would say the same to you, okay? There are certain things that you are particularly gifted for, but yeah, for whatever reason, you're kind of holding back. You've had this idea for a while. Today is as good a day as any for you to start making a start, okay? You don't have to quit every single thing in order to start. You can just start with something little. You tell me that you have children, you're not sure how you're going to do it around the children. Involve them. Start something with them. How can you get their support in this? It depends on how small the children are, of course. Some things, yeah, you just can't do. You can't do with young children, but you can find someone to support you so that you can do it. I started my business since when my child I had to, because if not, I was going to go back to work full time. And guess what? If I go back to work full time when my child was about 6 weeks old, I would have had to find someone to look after her anyway. So I decided I may as well figure out a way of doing it, of doing my business, either get somebody to support me and take her on. But it's really hard sometimes when you have 3 kids, especially 3 young children. At that point, I think they were only like 4, 2, and 1 or something. No, 6 weeks. What am I saying? So they were probably about 3, 2, and 0, basically. And it's like, it's really hard to find people that will look after 3 children of that kind of age, basically. And I was very finicky about where I let them go and who I let them be with, of course. And so yeah, I could have used that as a reason not to get going, but I didn't. I got going. Won myself a Porsche Boxster as a result of getting going. Man, miracles happen when you decide to get off your, awesome ass and jump on the actual pathway and start figuring something out. What would I do today if I were you? Whatever it is that you're trying to be in business. Now, you might be wanting to do something that you think that is a high outlay of capital, and so you're not sure how you're going to get that in place. That might be your reason. Well, I would say to you this. Is there a way you can be an affiliate for this thing to begin with, to start making some money, okay? And so that's something you can start to think about. Can I affiliate for something to make some money? Can I get the owners, just sell it for them, and then they send it off to the person, so I never actually have to buy this thing, and I can then just get a commission from selling this thing. Okay, so that's something to start with. But you know what, even before you start to figure out completely what your product is, and I know this is kind of crazy, I would say to you that you need to build an audience. You need to start right now building an audience, okay? Right now, okay? So, is this Donna Marie speaking about this video, or is it something else? It might be something else, But this is it. You need to, right now, start putting together an audience. Some of y'all, you kind of do the social media thing, maybe you don't do it that much, you're not really quite sure. Well, this is the opportunity to start learning it, because honeys, there is an incredible number of people on social media, and they might be, and some of those people, incidentally, might be your people, okay? So you could start building an audience right now. Start to talk about some of the problems you've had with this particular issue that you want to solve for other people, or if you're not quite sure yet what it is, start to share who you are and start to, draw an audience around you. Now, most of the people I'm speaking to right now, you will already have some kind of message inside of you that you really do want to deliver on the world. You do feel it's important that the world knows about a particular something, okay? Which may not be related to a product at all right now. So you can't quite figure out how you're going to monetize it. So, but to start with, honey, without an audience, it doesn't really matter because nobody will know anyway. So you may as well, even when you're not completely sure how you're going to monetize what you're doing, although please make sure you keep in mind that you are a business. So don't think you're going to be building an audience for free and just giving away free stuff forever. No. And don't get so comfortable with it that you are too scared to ask people to buy stuff from you, okay? Or else, yes, you're just doing it for free. And that defeats the object. You'll be back thinking, I have no money and I have no time now. Basically, how does that help anyone? So this is it, guys. Coming back to the affirmation, today is as good a day as any for me to begin. Let that be your affirmation, okay? But this is it. Start building an audience. Start talking about what you're up to. Start sharing some of your thoughts. Start sharing that message, that voice, that something inside of you. Start telling people about why you feel that you need to. And yeah, you're going to feel shy to begin with. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, my friends and family think I'm going to be crazy. You just need to get over that very, very quickly, because your friends and family are probably going to think you're crazy. Okay, I can assure you of that. You're going to feel a little bit like the odd one out, which is why you want to join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. Okay, because you want to be surrounded by people who don't think you're crazy, because you will get, and you know what, I still feel that sometimes when I gather around my own family, and there's a part of me that feels, why do I think so differently from most of these people? And I love them, but I think completely differently from them. And I used to fight this. I used to think it was something that I should downplay, as something I should just try to figure out how to blend in. But then we were having a laugh about it not so long ago, because I was saying I was trying very hard to blend in, and they were like, well, you never seem to be. And I'm like, well, now I just don't care enough anymore. It's not that I don't love you all, but I need to be me. So get used to the fact that the chances are people are not going to get you. They're not going to get what you're about at all, okay? That's no reason not to begin. You can start to build an audience on social media. There is a heck of a lot of people on Facebook alone. There's like more than 1.4 billion people all over the world. And for some of you, the thing that you want to put out in the world is for everybody all over the world. I definitely am called to 334,000 people all over the world, okay? So not in any one particular place. They're all over the world. So don't hold back from getting yourself in front of people. Get yourself a business page. Start to build that business page. Yes, use some advertising. Start to build it. You won't know completely clearly from the start exactly what it is that you're trying to put out there. Yes, you can work with a coach like me to help you really start to refine out your message so you start to create that financial freedom that you want. But to begin with, sometimes it's just a case of doing the work, okay? It's just a case of doing the work. And in doing the work and calling in an audience around you, they will also start to tell you what they want help with. So like with this person I was speaking to this morning, it was all about a particular piece of clothing. So yeah, that kind of lends itself to a product. But then there's the worry about how to ship it all and all the capital and such. But it's like, well, first and foremost, you could start building an audience, and then you can start to have conversations with the person that right now is making it. Because that person might be willing, especially if you build an audience, a good-sized audience. And I'm not saying wait until you have. I'm saying start to do these two things together. But in the meantime, start to have conversations and you can build an audience fairly quickly, especially if you rip off all the layers and stop being some kind of super professional, boring kind of person, basically. And instead, you actually be you properly, you know, the you that gets really animated and yeah, you have something to say and you gotta say it. That person that people kind of try to tell you is too much. Be that person and you will start to attract the right kind of people into your audience fairly quickly. And then you can start to figure out what they need help with. You could go to the people that are already producing what it is that you think you could help them with and see if you can be an affiliate for them or you can, or even just an agent for them or something. And that's it. That could be the start. Get yourself a PayPal button, basically a free PayPal account, and you charge people. Literally, okay? But you know what? It's not, I say that so callously and it might, for a lot of you, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to sell. It's not. It's about you being friend. You're being a friend and you're providing them with a solution. It's like, I completely know that if you come to the Deliberate Millionaire Business Bootcamp, you will go away knowing exactly what to do to grow your business. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. So in my mind, it would be silly and stupid of me not to tell you about this when I know that you want money coming into your account all the time, basically. So why would I then hide it from you? It's the same thing with whatever it is that you're solving, which is why you need to believe in your thing more than anything. And which is why as well, you don't want to just be doing some kind of fake thing that doesn't feel good to you because somebody told you that you can make money doing that. No, you want to do something that you actually believe in. It's like this person talking to me this morning about this particular problem that they've had with their pieces of this particular piece of clothing that they know other people will be having the same problem with. Okay, now if this person started talking, you know, how they really felt about not being able to find this piece of clothing in the way that they want it, then other people who are feeling exactly the same, they will think, you know what, I agree, I have been suffering from that in that particular way, I want this. And then you could be the one that actually figures out how to get in touch with somebody who's already making it and figure out how you can connect these two. You be that person in the middle. Whilst at the same time, you're sharing your message with them, you're providing them with a service, you are being a friend because you don't have to be anything other than you whilst doing all of this. You just be you, being your most vocal self that says, this is just annoying, how can we solve this problem? And you start to solve people's problems. People start to pay you money for that privilege. Guys, today is as good a day as any for you to make a start. Everyone can start building an audience today. You know what, even if you're not into social media, start using it just for this purpose because you start to feel, or you start to know, if you're anything like me, there's this passion inside of you that everybody must know that there's a solution. And if you have that kind of energy inside of you, and because it's no longer just about the money, okay? But it is about the money and providing a solution that you know you are best placed to provide. You don't have to know all the answers. Literally, I've just said to you here, you could have a Facebook page, a PayPal button, and just connect with the person that is already supplying it. And you could have a business started just like that. Am I saying it's easy peasy lemon squeezy? No. But I'm saying it is simple though. And today's as good a day as any to begin. Because the only way you're going to figure out how to get from here to the place where you are generating an income every single day into your bank account, you're waking up and money is actually coming through, to also being in a community of people that you absolutely enjoy because you showed up, you were a leader, you came alongside people and helped them with a particular problem they had and you solved it. And so you're waking up and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I've built a community that I absolutely adore. I can't wait to be part of. That is pretty dang amazing. Why would you deny yourself this privilege? Why would you instead choose to be stuck doing something that you don't actually really want to do, but you've convinced yourself that there is no other way? There is another way, okay? It's like people say, oh, but it could be really hard, or maybe that's something in the back of your mind somewhere. Is it not already really hard to stay put doing stuff that just makes you feel kind of empty and soulless? And all you're doing is waiting until, oh, I could retire one day. Really? You know you're born for more than that. Come on. So, of course, yeah, the transition will feel interesting. But you can make the transition, okay? to that place where you're actually financially independent, really, truly, and you're able to do the stuff that you want to do when you want to do it, with people you want to do it with. Why would you deny yourself this particular pleasure? Guys, that's all I wanted to say to you today. Join if you are in the UK, honey, and you want me to put flesh and bones on this, or flesh on this bone strategy here. Then come. As I said, it's Leeds, Manchester, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Bristol, Nottingham, London, and Edinburgh. There's 8 dates in March, April, and Edinburgh is on the 2nd of May, I think it is. You come to one of those 3-hour events, okay? And it starts in the evening, so all of you all, if you're at work, you can just make your way over or take a half day and make sure you're there. Then you come to this event where we will put flesh on this strategy right here, okay? How to use social media, how to decide who you're speaking to, how to speak to them so they actually pay attention, how to start building a list so you'll have people to follow up with. All of this stuff, we will put flesh on it so that you walk away from that workshop or that boot camp, I'm calling it, knowing exactly what you need to do to take your business forward, okay? And it doesn't matter whether you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur or you're currently an entrepreneur, this is how you get this stuff off the ground. As I said, today is as good a day as any for you to begin. So why keep waiting? Why keep waiting until everything is perfect? It will never be perfect whilst you're waiting. So you may as well make a start, okay? In fact, if there's perfection to be had, it will be found on the journey. It will never be found while sitting, waiting and hoping that one day everything will suddenly line up. You make it line up. You decide, okay, it's lined up today. I am making a start, basically. And we make a start. So as I said, come to the business boot camps. If you can't come to one of those business boot camps in the UK, then join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get you doing the stuff that you've been thinking and dreaming about and wondering about and who knows and Enough. Today is as good a day as any for you to make a start, okay? Today is the day for you to make a start. No more waiting around, no more doubting yourself, none of this, okay? And in fact, all of that stuff doesn't go away until you make a start. It doesn't go anywhere. My phone is just telling me the battery is low. It's not going to go. It's like I said to somebody before, and I said to a lot of people, actually, confidence comes last. It doesn't come at the beginning. It comes at the end. You take the action and you feel confident about it. I know we all want to feel confident first, but it doesn't work that way. It's like even starting a live stream like this. To begin with, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really have anything to say? And then you start, and then suddenly it's like, hey, I could talk forever. Basically, and that's it. And it's because I started. If not, the time you give fear makes fear worse, okay? It doesn't get any better with time. It gets worse with time. You're just sitting there thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and yeah, they all start to, in your mind, because you haven't done it. So we don't know if it would have gone wrong. So this is it, guys. Today is as good a day as any for you to make a start. RosemaryNonny.com/DMBizBootcamp. I will put it in the comments after I've done this. Or if you can't come to one of those 8 events, join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. I'm in there. Let's put flesh on this strategy, okay? If you're just joining, you want to listen from the beginning. I tell you exactly what you need to do to just get started, okay? It is RosemaryNonny.com/DMBizBootcamp. That is it for Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Leeds, Manchester, Nottingham, Bristol, Edinburgh, London. Those places, if you can make it to any of those places in the end of March, we start on the 28th of March, I think it is. Yeah, 28th of March with Leeds, and then finally on the 2nd of May with Edinburgh. Pop in. Hello, Thapa. Lovely to have you here. Great. Yeah, come to one of them. Come to one of them, okay? That's RosemaryNonny.com/DMBizBootcamp. It'll give you all the dates, okay? And as soon as you actually get your spot, closer to the time, I'll tell you exactly where you need to be. We will be starting at 6 o'clock in all of these places. Actually, I'm typing this thing in right now. And as I said, if you're out of the country or whatever, and you don't think you can make it for one of those, then join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club, okay? That's the place to be. Today is as good a day as any for you to begin. RosemaryNonny.com/DM Fast Track for that one. Okay, guys, listen in from the beginning. Start to take action. That's it. It's the action that brings clarity. Action brings the miracles. Action gets you results. Action gets you making money every freaking day into your bank account because you got started. You ready? It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live because you absolutely want to. Until the next time, bye!